everybody. Welcome to the Lunar Lowdown with me, Sally Nerney. This is the lowdown for the full moon of December 3rd, 2017. As with every full moon, we have the sun and the moon exactly opposite one another with the earth in the center. That's why on full moon days, when the sun sets, the moon rises at exactly the same time. For this moon, we have the sun in the middle of Scorpio and the moon in the middle of Taurus. When I first sat with my star guides to find out what they wanted shared for this full moon, one of them drew this large circle around us on the ground. And then the ground fell away and we dropped down into the earth where it was very wet and very warm. Are you kidding, right? Because we were underground, everything was dark. But even deep beneath the earth, I saw the stars reflected on the surface of the water. And I knew that this density of the earth beneath which I was sitting was a metaphor for the density of the human being who forgets over and over again how supported we are by unseen resources. The stars really wanted to emphasize that we're surrounded completely, spherically, every moment by their bigger picture, by their wisdom, by their alternate consciousness that understands things just differently than we do. And we can work together for our mutual benefit, each bringing to the table that which the other doesn't have. I'm putting my money on the star beings bringing something to the table that we humans really need right now. Because from what they showed me, I got a sense that this full moon might show us some of the monsters in the dark, that we may see that which we're afraid of, and that we might consider this a very frightening time for us. But this is where they spoke up and said, look beneath the surface. Don't be fooled by what you see on the top layer. Go deeper. The star beings were so encouraging, and they said, remember, our stellar light surrounds you and shines upon the waters of your very being. For this full moon, the sun and moon are sitting essentially in the death and life constellations of the heavens. And the star beings said, this primary condition of incarnation, the fact that we're all going to die, this primary condition of incarnation deserves our awareness, acceptance, and exploration. You might ask yourself, what does all this stuff that's happening in the world bring up around my own mortality or the mortality of my loved ones? Can you let the sun in Scorpio give you a peek into the reality that death is simply entry into another form of consciousness, another way of being? The threshold of death doesn't take us nowhere. Many, many traditions tell us what happens after death. Take your pick. But it's not nowhere. And with the moon, not just in Taurus, but right at the life star, Aldebaran, can you let the moon bring those feelings that you have in your body, in this life, and live joyfully, despite the truth of death? By being present with what we know to be true, and yet living joyfully, then we can bring our tools to bear. Our tools always work best when we come from a place of center. So during these 2 weeks of this full moon, which may feel like a very confusing and disorienting time, feel the surrounding sphere of the stars goes beneath you as well. Do your best to not be deceived by the surface of things. Feel deeply how all is infused with life. If you can, accept your mortality and live joyfully despite this truth. The stars enfold you and feed you. As always, thanks so much for watching. Bye.